That is my boy. Man, fucking, I'm going to get the phone.
But all right, Freaky Tales from co-directors Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck. And in this film, 4 interconnected stories set in 1987 Oakland, California will tell about the love of music, movies, people, places, and memories beyond our known universe. Just to expand a little bit about the type of movie that this is, I mean, it's an anthology. I'd say action, comedy, crime, with some splashes of sci-fi fantasy, would be how I would describe the general tone of this one. Todd, I assume you would want to go first on this because
I want to hear your opinions first, see if I have to yell, and we'll go from there.
Okay, no, I did enjoy this one.
I was going to say, because I'm going to suck it off, so we'll just.
Yeah, no, I did enjoy this one quite a bit. I think the Pedro Pascal segment was the best. I think that was like the one where I was like, man, I could probably watch a full 90-minute movie on this story. We get some video store action, which is always nice, some retro video store, with a surprise cameo that I won't give away.
Oakland legend.
From you might be talking a different cameo.
No, I'm not. He's an Oakland legend.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they put that in your head ahead of time too.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. I wasn't expecting it, and some really good dialogue in the video store too.
I still want to know what number 1 is. They didn't say when he does his spiel. They never tell you what the number 1 movie was.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I think Cliff, if you're still watching, I think you will enjoy this movie, but specifically the Pedro Pascal segment.
I see. As a Tarantino guy, the last segment though too. Here's the thing: it
is a hood movie. Ben.
Yes, they are all interconnected. This is Trick or Treat, Pulp Fiction, with everything infused together, but still broke up into chapters. All the chapters named after 2 short songs, except the last one, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of like, if you were there, you'll get this even more moments. I did appreciate, I mean, one of our segments is kind of the punk rockers versus the skinheads, which was always kind of a thing. I mean, I wasn't like around in 1987. I in my head, I was kind of thinking, Oakland? That's pretty brazen for skinheads in Oakland at the time.
Well, that was the thing. Like, yeah, and they make the jokes. How do we go from Black Panthers to skinheads? And then there's like little jokes where they're talking about the Oakland cops, who, if you're from California, OPD is notoriously not friendly. They're known to, yeah.
Yeah, I was like watching that segment and I was like, well, maybe they were awfully brazen, and I feel like that might have been a death sentence in Oakland, at least the Oakland that I know. But 1987, I obviously wasn't old enough. I will say, though, believe it or not, like when I was in DC, like there are people like that exist. You wouldn't think so in DC, but there are skinheads there, strangely enough. So, but I enjoyed that segment quite a bit. There's some times I could have done without some of the CG blood, but it wasn't bad.
See, the way they utilized it in the style, yeah, it worked. And when I get you're going to get CG blood in a movie where they're going to want to be able to tweak it, but like this, it didn't bother me, and I thought that American History X. See, this is a Pugs question. I'm not sure. I think isn't American History X out in LA, not Oakland? I don't remember being in the Bay.
I've watched that movie multiple times, and I don't remember. I'll be honest. I don't remember where it was set.
I'm checking it out while you talk.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'd be curious to hear from anybody who kind of was in that area at the time and can talk about it, because I do think it's a love letter to Oakland.
It's 100%. Venice, yeah, there you go. You got it before me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it 100% is. Like, I'll let you keep talking for it. I'll throw anything in if I need to. Go ahead.
I liked the Floyd basketball segment, which kind of turns into a samurai movie. I
The
thought
fun.
that was fun.
You'll see the Tarantino influence in that one for sure.
Yeah, the Tarantino influence in this movie is pretty strong, and I think everything kind of connected perfect. Like,
yeah, like I loved it because, and I know Pugs was unable to see it, and I told him, "You're fucking up if you're not." When he finally does, I know, because he has the end. Some people are over zombies. He's over anthologies. I think the way that they're doing it, I think he'll be good with it.
yeah, they're all kind of, they all become one story.
Yeah, they're building into like that's why I use like Trick or Treat or Pulp Fiction. That everything does come together to create the story.
Yeah, I like the recurring Lost Boys gag. I thought that was
It's funny because, spoiler, we have a Fright Night show coming up, and we were having that discussion, the exact discussion our buddy Chris brought up.
Why didn't he fucking warn him?
Yeah, the grandpa not warning, which, and I kind of, and we get our first two segments, we kind of go back to the same spot. I was curious if we were going to keep that as a through line while I was watching, like if we were going to continue like seeing different people. It worked for the first two. I will say, second segment, Don't Fight the Feeling. As soon as they said Danger Zone and it was Entice and Barbie, I fucking popped. So that is the real group on this. Well, it's not the actual group, like, but they are portraying like that is real, like that song.
I remember Danger Zone for sure. I remember. I think my brother had one of the CDs. I want to say.
Well,
so
they're featured on the song. There's not a streaming date, but it can't come soon enough. But I don't know if they had a solo actual album, because that song at the end isn't real. But yeah, so like I was okay, we're like getting really into Oakland stuff. And I wish I would have grabbed the Pooh Man CD, but the fact that Short is like introduced eating pussy is funny, because there was a whole thing where they talk shit on Pooh Man, because on the cover it's literally him eating pussy, and there's a diss track with like eating pussies on the record and shit. That shit ain't what's happening. Because back then, I don't know, for some reason it wasn't cool to eat pussy, but so I thought it was funny that.
Were you eating pussy in the 80s? Comment below.
It's okay to admit it now. Back then it was a weird thing.
Really? So there was hate just for
there's actually a whole argument on the internet now about this shit too. Like it's beta behavior, which is fucking bullshit. Because if you're doing it right, you're in control. Anyway, I just thought it was funny because if you know hip hop and you are, especially the Bay, that's really a funny little reference.
Yeah, there were a lot, like I said, certain things that might have gone over my head.
Sure
but
there's a lot of the rap stuff. Yeah.
But I did feel like I was there, like through the movie, so I did enjoy that. And Crack Rock mentions that I guess the punk rocker skinhead brawl is based on something that actually happened in Berkeley.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's in here that is true. Like the Too Short stuff is a little like, they didn't. Yeah, that was a worked song, but the WrestleMania drop though, when she says the WrestleMania line, I was like, 87. It wasn't really pop culture. Like it wasn't. Yeah. I think she should have said WWF, not WrestleMania. That's just me. That's a little thing. Like, period wise, WrestleMania wasn't WrestleMania yet. They were only up to 3.
I think they did a fairly. It's hard sometimes, even when you have a budget, to make modern people look like, they were back then.
Yeah.
For the most part, I didn't have a huge issue with that here. I thought the punk rockers looked pretty accurate. To what I've seen even in movies back then, and real life a little bit later on. I had a lot of fun with it. I really would have liked to have seen that Pedro Pascal story expanded, because I thought that was really good. Maybe the best cameo of the year, extended cameo in the video store.
I wasn't expecting it. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like I was popping for the little references they were given earlier too. So I was like, I was like
total Tarantino, just that whole discussion, that segment was Tarantino all the way.
Oh yeah, the writers are definitely Tarantino fans, and like obviously Too Short fans. I mean, the song inspired the name of the movie, and
Mhm.
like every segment is named after a Too Short song except for the last one.
I think this one was probably tough to market
Oh
because
yeah,
even when I was looking at it, I'm like, well, what is this exactly? Am I getting? Is this an action movie? Is this a comedy? I wasn't too sure
that's
going
what I
in.
told you. It's a genre picture because you really can't.
Yeah, not a
It
horror movie. It's not a
no,
horror.
it's not, but it captures that '80s feel. Like
Mm.
it feels like it's not something like honestly, this is what low budget features like should be doing. I mean, this
Yeah,
like killed it. I
yeah.
mean,
No, I agree. I think this will build up pretty
yeah,
impressive cult.
I think when people get to see it once this hits streaming, and like it's gonna get a cult following. I do think that. I think it's
Yeah,
so much fun. I mean, and I know part of it like is some of like a lot of the references like I was excited for. So I did go see it again to make sure it wasn't just me getting too excited. And I loved it both times. I'm considering going back one more time before it's out of theaters because I can't wait for it to hit digital so I can
I
watch
think
it at
that has
home.
to be tomorrow.
Yeah, no,
Although
it'll there's some on Friday too. I saw so
the
uh,
Hollywood Savior's bumping a lot out early
yeah,
this week, but
this is true. So so two short song titles. Yeah, I can't remember what they were off the top of my head
well,
for the.
Freaky Tales.
Yeah, well, that's yeah. Chapter 2 is "Don't Fight the Feeling." Um, I can't. What was the first?
You can make the mixtape in the movie.
Oh no, well, yeah, obviously. That's what I was like. Okay, what's on the mixtape? And yeah, the music selections, not just because I mean, there's obviously more than Too Short, but they pick a lot of like songs for the era, songs from Oakland. We do get one
Master of
modern.
Puppets is in
Yeah,
there. I remember. Yeah.
I know they made. I don't even think even Pugs will bitch about Metallica in that one. Um, I was still when they were good in his yeah. But and they did play one modern song, but I was like, I'm okay with it because it was E40
Mhm.
and it was Bay related, and he didn't have any music in '87.
Okay. Okay. So Todd, 87. Would young Todd have popped for this movie as much as older Todd?
Yes, I have been a fan of Too Short since. It's funny because I don't like. I have 3 rappers posters like still on my Easy E one. I have my Tupac one, and the only one that's still alive. I have my Too Short one, which is at the end of my hallway. It's been there for 30 years. There you go. Life is too short. It's been up there forever on the
Fuck
back
yeah.
of my door. I want to frame it. Second favorite Albert cover, but that's the only one I could get.
Ooh, you're gonna have to. That tape might
I
tear
know
it.
how to. Yeah, I can get it.
Yeah, yeah.
I razor blade. But yeah. So 87. I would have been 11 years old.
And you probably would have loved this, maybe even more so.
Well, if Too Short was involved, then I absolutely would have. So Too Short's not only in it, he has a cameo as
Not as himself though.
as a cop. He's the narrator, and there's also a character. There are Too Short's in it, like as in the character of Too Short, is also in it. So someone else playing him, which they even got the fucked up teeth, which I was like, okay, they went all out because there was Too Short at a certain point. Too Short got his grill fixed, and they made a big thing about it. So, um, yeah, it's.
And did you have anything to show for?
Oh, you want me to show my Too Short stuff? So, okay. Well,
I know you didn't grab everything, but
no,
yeah,
we should rate it.
yeah, let's rate it first.
Your
I'm
audio.
4 stars. I liked it a lot.
I am 5 stars. I loved it. I've already seen it twice. I want to see it again. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna try to get one more in. All right. So I didn't go deep into my Too Short archives, but I went deep enough.
Mhm.
And like I'm gonna go with the oldest. So all right. This is how far I go back. This is
Full screen yourself.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
This is where's the button?
There you go.
Here we go. This is 75 Girls Present. This is like an out the trunk tape that Too Short used to sell. This is like
Rare.
Yeah. Like literally, this is an original Too Short. Don't Stop Rapping. His second album.
Mhm.
But that's still in the trunk stuff. So now I grabbed my CDs that are right here. So we'll just go. And this is the first CD, not the first CD, but this is the one that is actually the first time his first 3 albums are released in CD. There's the second one. You see it's right in the middle.
Oh, nice.
So this was like in the CD age and they finally released it. So this is the first, there's probably about 10 different versions of the first 3 albums on disc sets, but this is the first release. It's been re-released multiple times, but this is the one that started it all. Too Short, Cadillac Eldorado, my second car because of this. God damn, I love the fucking Eldorado. I didn't get a drop top, but I did get a black one. I love the car. See how small Too Short is? Can't even see him. He did not want to be famous. He wanted to be an underground rapper and make music. That's why you can't even see him. The record label wasn't all right with that because by the time his second album came out, Life Is Too Short. This is probably, I think I had this one on tape originally, but I did pick up the CD. But I mean, this one has Life Is Too Short, which might have been the name of one of the segments. But yeah, this is a classic album. I wish I had a poster for this too. But this is how big of a Too Short fan I was because see that big ass parental advisory. I also have the clean version.
Oh damn! Okay.
So I could bump it in front of Mama and other. Oh, my mother's nickname for Too Short is the guy who makes the suck my dick music. So.
Okay. The Suck My Dick music. Well, that's got to be the next album.
And then we have Short Dogs in the House. This is his. Technically, this is his 3rd, 4th, 6th album. Yeah, I actually have the clean version of this too, which isn't here, which is pretty hilarious because on the song, I think it's not a bitch is a bitch. What's the name of the song? Let me get it right.
Hayden has a question there for you.
Right, I'll answer 1 second. Ain't nothing but a word to me with Ice Cube, where every other word is bitch. So on the clean version, it literally just bleeps it out. So the whole song is bleeps. It's pretty funny. But yeah, so there's that. And I have that CD somewhere else, and I don't know where it is, but here's the explicit one. So Too Short is still underground. Am I wrong? I've never heard of him until he collabed with Wiz Khalifa for the first time in the 2010s, I believe. No, Too Short. This is his first mainstream album. This is probably like when he got was Too Short and became like bigger. No, he went mainstream, but he's kind of back underground. Not technically underground, but he's an independent artist again.
When you got into the 2000s, there was kind of cool.
Well, I'll do. But then, like I showed the poster earlier, we have this one. Too Short, Shorty the Pimp. I also have the clean version.
I think I sold one of those on eBay, actually.
Oh, yes, and this is the poster I have also. So yeah, this one's got Stepdaddy, great song. I recommend it. Also has Hoochie. What's the in the Trunk's a great one. Yeah, 31. You're at it. Okay, that's okay. Okay, now this is my favorite Too Short album of all time. And I can't find the clean version, but I have that one too. All right, Getting Where You Fit In, 94. This was the soundtrack. I'm a Player, Way Too Real, Just Another Day, Money in the Ghetto. This one I still bump. And Getting Where You Fit In's great. You can see the CD, the case is cracked, but I haven't replaced it because I got the original sticker on it. But no, this is one of my favorite CDs. Like this one, and it's cool on this because on the clean version that with the alternate lyrics, it's like some have alternate verses. So like as a collector, that's why I definitely kept getting these. And this another 95. I talk about 95 a lot. This is my second favorite Too Short album, Cocktails, which has probably my favorite video ever, Cocktails. Top Down's awesome. There's a video. Dan, you'll like the video. It's full of titties. So like exposed titties, not just titties, like all Too Short. But this is the era where it's like hyper more. I think the sexuality is like the singles, like Cocktails was a single. Before that, there was stuff like The Ghetto and more of his,
Mhm.
less like about banging hoes. I mean, obviously Freaky Tales is about that, but yeah. So this one, I could have pulled out all my promo stuff. I got the poster for this one. I got a magazine. I got a VHS tape. I didn't pull out any of my VHS tapes because I have this one.
I think this has to be a video soon.
Yeah,
Right.
once I get all my Too Short together, I will. But because I have vinyls and stuff. But yeah, Cocktails, that's one of my favorites. Let me get into later stuff. I got a single for Pay Styles. I also have this one on vinyl. That's just one of the singles on CD. This was a big album, which I also have Clean and Dirty of this, but I don't know where my clean one is. Getting It. This was his 10th album, his retirement album. Getting It's probably one of the most popular Too Short songs. It plays a lot. Buy You Some, that was a good one too. But this is another album, 96. Great. His retirement album, but that didn't last long. Because then we have Too Short, Can't Stay Away. We have what single's this? Invasion of the Flat Booty Bitches. That's a good single. We got more Freaky Tales.
Nice.
What else? What's this one? You Nasty. And She Know. There we go. Too Short with some Too Short women. What else we got?
Definitely ate the pussy.
Two Bitches and Pimp Shit. Great single. Here we go. This is a promotional single I got. Too Short, Don't Stop Rapping. Featuring
nice.
8Ball and MJG. Yeah, I see it's just a sticker on it.
Hayden, you got some catching up to do.
So yeah. That's a rare one. And see, I don't know where the Dangerous Crew is. That's like a compilation one, but here's another one. Too Short, Nationwide. This is when he left Jive. This is before he left Jive, but this is a compilation he did off of Jive, I believe. No, this one's still Jive. But 2-disc set, some good songs on there. And here we go. Too Short, You Nasty. This is the clean one. I don't know where the dirty one is. Like I said, my shit's a mess. But there we go. And the last CD I have, but not his last CD, is which one's it? Married to the Game.
Okay.
But he's got multiple ones after that. There's the Pimp Tape. The last Jive CD I really like. There's some good songs on there. I definitely think check them out. But also, I did grab these. I didn't find the tape. The tapes are somewhere because I have like Short Dog Live and some other ones. But this is the DVD of Shorty the Pimp at the Players Ball. So this was like probably my introduction to the Players Ball, what it was and stuff. Like I said, this same one's on tape. So that's the one I got when I was, in my teens. So, but yeah. And one of my favorite video collections, Short Dog Born to Mac, Most Dangerous Videos. It's got 16 music videos, including Top Down with all the titties, Dan.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm a big Too Short fan. Yeah, he probably helped raise me too. Teach me about them damn scandalous hoes, all that good shit. But
you got to pimp the what was it, the dick sucking music.
Didn't I already say that? My mom used to call it dick sucking music.
Well, that's got to be the name of his next the Suck My Dick music.
But he did announce he's got a new album coming out. It's a 3-disc set that's coming, but he's releasing one at a time. Volume 1, and I can't remember the exact name. It comes out the 18th next Friday. But it's supposed to be all like he's doing an album, and it's supposed to like have that throwback feel. He didn't say 80s, and I'm hoping it's the 90s sound, which is probably his best era. Most famous song that probably he does a ton of features. Everyone wants Too Short on their shit. Blow the Whistle. That's probably his biggest one that gets played at sports events and all that. And like you can't go to the club, or you used to not be able to go to the club and not hear that one, at least in the hip hop clubs. Blow the Whistle was always one because everyone gets to yell bitch, and who doesn't love to yell bitch? So there we go. That's Too Short. There we go. That's
nice history of Too Short, and that one I'm sure is insanely valuable.
But yeah, you can see he's like a child.
Yeah.
Now he's an old man. Yes.
You're lucky that you never sold that. You kind of benefit, I think, from not really having moved, at least out of state. So you kind of haven't lost stuff like that in moves. So
yeah. Well, I mean, the fucking Too Short poster hasn't moved in 30 years. So I mean,
yeah.
it's been there.
Nice. So yeah. I guess we're all kind of 80s kids by proxy, I suppose, just video stores and still growing up on a lot of the same movies, even though I'm really a 90s kid, even though I was born in the 80s.
It's funny because I don't have that like, ooh, I miss the 80s at all. 90s, yeah, 100%. Like, but there's a difference.
You came of age still kind of more in the 90s.
Yeah,
so.
I was there for all the 80s, but like I hit my teenage years and like did all the fun shit in the 90s.
I think when you start getting, I hate to bring it back to this, but yeah, when you start getting late, kind of is what, like, you're going to be very nostalgic for that period, those first few years of that, I think. So,
I know I'm biased when I say it's the last great decade, but I mean, it is. And I pinpointed what it is. It's the last decade. It was the peak of humanity slasher. It was before corporations bought everything, bought all the movie studios, bought all the music labels, before everything went corporate. That's why music was more creative there, and now everything's the same. And even movies is affected by this. Like, I mean, everything's a corporation, so no one takes.
Not horror movies, though. That's like the weird exception. 90s were not great overall for horror movies.
It wasn't, but that there is still a lot of good stuff out of there. No, I agree. That's the one thing.
A lot less, though, without a doubt.
That is the one thing that is different. But I mean, horror is kind of unaffected. Like, I think, like in this, like it's still able to do different things because it's looked down. It's the porn of the film industry, really. I mean, they look down on it like all the mainstream does. It's not. It's they don't care, so it's not the same. It's not like the budgets are so big they got to do it, and when they are, then it's still affected by the corporate shit. So I think that the quality of the 90s has nothing to do with that. It's just horror was in a slump. That's where it was at.
Yeah.
And when it came out of it, it was in the 90s, and it was something that I don't think they would have given a chance to do now.
Well, the 90s were awesome in a lot of ways. I'm not in any way diminishing it. I'm just saying there was like an exception.
No more Bush in the 90s except George.
Barbara, she probably shaved the bush. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, well, speaking of which, if you go back to Life is Too Short, there is a great part where Too Short talks about Barbara Bush, or no, it's Nancy. Sorry, wrong one. Well, it's political, so we'll go. It's Nancy Reagan sucking dick like corn on a cob. Which actually, if you know about Hollywood, there is a lot of stories about Nancy Reagan being a good dick sucker and a whore. And
I've not heard the Nancy Reagan dick sucking stories. She doesn't seem like much of a dick sucker.
There was like a thing, like she was a Hollywood party girl. Like she was getting fucking stuffed. So.
Okay. What kind of D did Nancy Reagan get?
I don't know I don't know the name, the list, Dan. I don't.
There are some random hookups. Oh fuck, there's one that I find hilarious. Oh god damn it. Flava Flav. And I don't remember the wife's name, but Bill O'Reilly's wife or ex-wife now dated Flava Flav before him. That is like the most random fucking shit I've ever heard. Sometimes I'll go down these rabbit holes like who hooked up with who, and that's like one I'm like, really? And I think like right before it too, which is like that's a shift from Flava Flav to Bill O'Reilly.
No, yeah, that is.
So who did Nancy Reagan fuck now, or who's rumored?
No, I don't know the story. I've just heard that she was passed around through Hollywood.
Okay. Well, I guess it makes sense. We're looking at the older version. We maybe outside the Ho years.
Yeah, say no to drugs, but not dick, I guess. I don't know. She gave us the Dare program, which taught us all how cool drugs were. So
Yeah.
I didn't know what getting high would do till they brought all the drugs to the school. Like, here's what you do: you smoke this, and you feel really well. That sounds fun.
Although you could go too far and be sucking dick like Nancy Reagan, though.
Well, I mean, like corn on a cob.
On that note, good night.
Money's on the dresser.